Okay.
My agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
That's right.
The Punisher. Old Testament, I guess.
Especially the bomber Weinstein, my godfather.
Sometimes I call him Jennifer. It's a pet
The
name.
guy I'd like to really thank here that people don't thank
Richard
enough,
Gere.
but there's a kindly, wonderful, gentle man that we all deeply love. His name is Harvey Weinstein.
I guess it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek or something.
Oh, was that recently he said that? No.
Well, he's accepting some award.
Not from like the last year, though, right?
Oh.
This is
No,
pre-Weinstein.
No,
this-
yeah.
Okay.
And this is a good man. People don't know
When you
that.
said he's saying
Jesus
it,
Christ, Matt. No, yeah, it was from 2 days ago. From that award ceremony that just happened.
he's saying it tongue in cheek.
Well, it was
you
the
know?
Kids' Choice Awards. Somebody could thank Harvey Weinstein at that.
Richard Gere is thanking Harvey Weinstein.
Matt, shut up. Look at the smile on this lady's face.
It's not Harvey Weinstein. You look at everything all over the world today, and how women are dressing and, what they're asking by just presenting themselves the way they do.
Ah, shit. This isn't the song I want. You fucking piece of shit.
Keep it.
Wait. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I forgot about that little trumpet part. Anyway, it's a bonus episode.
Hey.
Suck my dick if you have a problem with the... Anyway, nice to be here, everybody. It's that was all the pedophiles talking about the rapist and how great of a guy he was.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. And we're actually here today because another fat Jew has gotten what he deserves. Yeah, today we're joined by my buddy, Mr. Ray Gootz.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome.
How's it going?
Good, because you know what just happened.
Tell me.
Dan Schneider's out at Nickelodeon, baby.
Yep.
That's it.
What a day.
Ride's over.
Yeah, baby. They paid him $7 million though.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah. We're here talking to Ray because Ray's kind of an expert on Hollywood pedophilia.
He doesn't get
You and
paid to
Nick.
do it, I don't think.
No.
No, I do it on my own time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like Angela Lansbury
Yeah.
of pedophiles.
Yeah. Ray Gootz is a comic that you guys should all follow on Facebook and social media and Instagram and whatever. He's been around a long time. The first job that I ever had in New York, I was 20 years old. I went into Caroline's on Broadway, asked for a job. I got hired, and Ray was my boss.
Yeah, I was the boss.
And now we're...
Yeah, and now I'm homeless.
You're fine.
Yeah,
right?
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
The things could be worse.
But it could be better.
They could be better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could be better.
Now,
But-
after this podcast, if anything will get better.
Yeah, but you're a journalist.
Now I'm a comedian / journalist.
Now we're exposing power structures in
the conspiracy to keep Dan Schneider quiet, but let everybody shit on Aziz Ansari.
So you guys have probably heard the news. We've talked about Dan Schneider before on the show, but he's been fired by Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is parting ways with his production company, Schneider's Bakery, and this fucking cocksucker's out of here. They're not working with him anymore. If you don't know, Schneider's responsible for a lot of hits on Nickelodeon. iCarly, what is it, Cat?
Yeah, he's
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh, Victorious,
The
Keenan and
Amanda
Kel.
Show.
Zoe 101,
Yep.
all that was the
Yep.
first one.
Right, and he was actually on. He was in the Good Burger sketch too, right? Didn't he play the manager or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a guy behind the scenes of a lot of Nickelodeon.
And he was
shows,
the
and
fat
it's-
guy in head of the class.
Mhm. I never saw that, but I did see Better Off Dead,
Okay.
which is one of my mom's favorite movies. He plays the
Did he rape anybody in that movie? I never saw it.
probably I don't know, on the set.
On
Yeah,
the
they flew in some kids.
It was in his writer.
Fresh
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about this story is that there's very little like hard evidence that any abuse happened.
Right.
It's all people speculating on podcasts.
Well, no, but the weird thing about it is that with this story, which weirds me out about this with the media, is like one woman kind of whispered that Louis C.K. jerked off in front of her 5 years ago, and Jezebel and all those other fucking feminist sites were chomping at the bit. I mean, there was an article. It was like, if you know anything about Louis C.K., we'll give you money.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Same rumors about this guy have been heard for years.
Yeah,
and these are more intense rumors than, hey,
Right.
can you jerk off in front of me? No. Okay. These are like shit where he like rapes fucking 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
And nobody has ever like been like, hey, this may not be true, but here's an article detailing what this guy has done.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look into this because all our fucking kids are watching his shows.
Nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cares because there's too much money at stake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Too much money for who? The people at Viacom?
Yeah, the people at Viacom,
Nickelodeon?
because the rumor is the head of Viacom was covering for him.
Yeah.
Now,
They're
here's
like both intertwined in their bullshit.
They're intertwined.
Yeah.
And because iCarly and all those shows are making too much money. Now,
Right.
if this comes to light and it's as bad as we are going to say it is, it could mean the end of Viacom. Like, not just the end of Nickelodeon, but the end of that entire corporation.
Did you hear that, guys? No more MTV. No more sending a guy into a van. No more makeout party on MTV. No more Comedy Central where people make woke points. Yeah. No more Comedy Central specials that 4 people see. I mean, this is going to be real bad.
Wow.
No more half-hour submissions.
Viacom is what? MTV, Comedy Central,
VH1.
Oh, no VH1.
they own
So no.
both?
What do they even do now?
I think they do America's Top Model and RuPaul Drag Race.
Everything except for music
They do
videos.
Drag Race. So,
Yeah.
so Drag Race is pretty big.
That's pretty big, but I mean, I'm sure RuPaul can go get another, Well,
See, what bugs me about this, though, is because of Dan Schneider's behavior and Viacom goes away, and that means these hardworking, salt-of-the-earth drag queens are going to lose their jobs.
it affects everyone.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it affects everyone, yeah. But I think that's why this story, like, there was only one article, the Deadline article. Did you read that one, Mike?
no.
So far,
I read
that's
the Vanity Fair one, but
they don't really mention it.
yeah.
Wait, are you talking about?
Oh, they don't mention abuse.
Yeah, the Deadline article is
Yeah.
the only one who kind of mentions that there's been rumors that this guy has abused people and yelled at them. And there are people on Twitter being like, I worked with the guy. These stories
Right.
are true. And nobody is going to these people to talk to them about it. Like, this is a real story.
Yeah, and they're all like inappropriate situations. Like, oh, I was at this innocent pool party with a 45-year-old.
There's footage of him on
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
in a pool with Amanda Bynes when she's like 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, and then like
They show up at his pool party. He's like, "Sorry, mom and dad, this is a no parents party." And they're like, "All right, let me go drive my Porsche to the Starbucks and wait for you to be done raping my kid."
he plays shirts versus skins, and the girls have to be skins. Basketball, but no.
But Ray, it does make you wonder, like without the internet and without people making noise about this, do you think it would have ever been a thing, and do you think it would have continued to?
Well, I think
happen?
the main way it started was he was going on Twitter,
Yeah.
and asking for pictures of kids' feet.
Oh,
He's a
right.
foot fetish guy.
Right.
If you look at all the footage,
he
from the
writes
shows,
some foot jokes.
there's constantly stuff with the girl's feet.
Yeah.
There's stuff, and he can't.
There's a picture of a girl like shooting a bow and arrow with her feet.
Yeah, and there's like iCarly always had shit on her feet and like was waving it to the camera.
Yeah,
It's shit on her feet.
Like shit, like mustard or
goop.
ketchup.
like Nickelodeon,
like stuff
shit.
that I'd never known any teen girl. Like, let me just smear some mustard on my
Mayonnaise.
feet.
Yeah.
yeah. That was like her show. Is like she would it was like a foot cam. She was a cam girl.
Yeah, she had
on
a foot cam. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she did on the show. I
They
forgot
had
about
other
that.
stuff, but
I'm not attracted to women's feet, but I feel like a foot fetish is the most harmless of the weird things like of all the weird shit you can be into.
Yeah, it's a
A
popular
foot
genre.
fetish is not a big deal unless it's like a 13-year-old girl's.
Yeah, unless you're like
Yeah.
asking for 13-year-olds send photos to you at your Nickelodeon headquarters of their feet. That's
Yeah.
pretty harmful, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you do have to be careful about the way you talk about this because you don't want to get into like conspiracy territory and you don't want to like make accusations and say stuff you're not sure about. So this
No,
is
but
all,
there's
this
a
is all
lot of-
speculation, right?
yeah,
that
it's
we
all
should
but
say.
there's a lot of weird shit surrounding all these chicks when they leave Nickelodeon. Like Miranda Cosgrove was the highest paid actress on television. I mean, that show.
She was?
Yeah.
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 Like
Nickelodeon makes way more money
than anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
And
why they
Miranda-
cover for him. You know?
Miranda
in
Cosgrove,
all of not like counting network too.
like kids, like people under 21.
Okay,
She went like broke a lot of records.
yeah.
So she went from being like the hottest actress on TV to like now she sits in her car all day and takes selfies. Like she doesn't act, she doesn't do anything. And the big rumor was in 2014, Dan Schneider got the Lifetime Achievement Award. Both her and the other girl from iCarly didn't show up to they no-showed. They were invited. They're supposed to be there. They just no-showed.
Right.
He got the Lifetime Achievement Award from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, for molesting a lot of kids.
Jeanette McCurdy and
the Michael
Miranda
Jordan,
Cosgrove.
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah.
And that's the time she had the show Sam and Cat on. And all of a sudden, that show they still rerun that show all the time. They only had 30 episodes. That show mysteriously got canceled. They canceled it. And then all of a sudden, some photos of her leaked, and Nickelodeon blamed the photos. And Janet McCurdy never knew how the photos got leaked. They were photos she sent to her black boyfriend, you know? The rumor was that he wanted to fuck.
Do we have to bring race into it?
Yeah.
No, he's just describing him.
Yeah, it was
Come
big
on.
black guy if she's banging out.
Yeah, dude, it's not a visual medium.
It was a nude.
They were like she
Just
was
a
like in
sexy
her
photo.
bra and panties. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like there
okay.
was like high ass shots. Like she's got a nice body.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, she sure does.
The rumor was, well, she was 20 at the time, 21, so it's all
Okay.
right. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's 25 now. Life's over. Anyway.
Yeah. It sure is.
Sure is over for her. But the rumor was he was trying to fuck her, and she said, no, I'm not fucking you. And Miranda Cosgrove got sick of his bullshit, so they no-showed. And after they no-showed,
They
basically...
no shit at the award show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an active boycott, and they even tried to get Ariana Grande to boycott too,
And she wouldn't.
And she wouldn't.
She stuck with him because
Yeah.
because the rumor was she's been fucking him for years.
Oh.
And that's why she got the spin-off. He was trying to fuck Victoria
Dan
Justice.
Schneider right now, he's like, I almost had it all.
he was trying to fuck Victoria
Ariana Grande and
Justice.
I'm worth $20 million.
I had it all, and I gambled it away.
She wouldn't fuck him. The rumor was Ariana Grande's mom forced her to fuck him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
When she fucked him, she would role play like a little girl. And if you watch, do you watch Victoria? No,
of course
You've probably
not.
never seen this show.
What, the Nickelodeon show about 13-year-old girls?
Yeah. You know, okay.
Yeah,
But
it's in my DVR.
if you watch clips of her on both shows, she's acting like she's like 9 years old, and she's dressed like she's 22, and she's in reality like 18. But she's like, "Hey everybody, what's going on?" I thought she was
That's
doing like
Ariana Grande.
Yes, Ariana Grande.
Is that where she started out, Nickelodeon?
Yeah, she started on Nickelodeon. It's funny how not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Like they almost like hide it
Yeah.
that she was on Nickelodeon. That's where
Yeah.
she started.
Yeah.
And if you watch these shows, she's talking in a high voice. It almost sounds like she's doing like a drag queen's doing like a shitty girl's voice, but she's doing like this. Oh boy, I just get so confused by math and stuff. And it's like this is somebody's fucking fetish on television on kids' TV. But anyway, the rumor was, you know,
Should we try to find a clip of that?
yeah, try to find a
Let's
clip
pause
like
it. Let's pause it and
Ariana
find
Grande
a
on
clip.
Victorious.
All right.
And listen, and you got to hear the voice she
Okay.
does. And apparently, she used to do this voice to have sex when she had sex with this guy.
Roadrunner?
No, I don't like him. So mean to that dog.
She's
That
baby
dog
voicing it
is a
up.
coyote.
Oh my God, was that racist?
Aw, Cat. That's one of the few things from Looney Tunes that's not racist. Looking at you, Speedy Gonzalez.
Is this woman like 30?
Oh,
What's
this
she doing
woman's
watching this
awful.
What?
This woman's awful.
Yeah. she's worse than Dan Schneider.
Who said that? You? Yeah.
She's like 40 years old, like analyzing Victorious.
Yeah. Which also, we're 30 years old
I
analyzing
know,
Victorious.
but we got a really good story underneath the surface.
I'd give her a pass if
Yeah.
it was like, here's Dan Schneider's top 5 pedophile moments. She's doing like a little YouTube video.
She's mad at Looney Tunes. This is entertainment nowadays. Just completely humorless, talentless people who get to call stuff racist.
Yep, and remix.
That's the world we live in.
Remix like a children's show for who's this video targeting?
Jesus
Children?
Christ. Man, this bitch is miserable. Let me tell y'all something. This bitch got no motherfucking man. You got no man. You sit there and make your motherfucking videos that nobody watches. You need to get a man.
Yeah. About Victorious. And she like has a
But
green
you don't know
screen.
how to get a man.
She put a lot of thought into this Victoria.
You don't know how to keep a man, and she's in front of the SpongeBob thing. All right, let's see if we can find this.
See if
Let's
that
see if we
clip
can find this
has.
clip.
I think that
That's
clip
what
is
I'm
her
doing.
giving a speech with
Yeah.
her fucking stupid head. She just sucks, Ariana Grande. I wish that.
Looney Tunes is racist. I mean, come on.
Yeah, see if that clip.
Why is my computer a fucking piece of fucking trash? Son of a cunt.
Well, we got that one little clip of her voice.
Yeah, that was enough. I don't necessarily know how much we need.
It's like,
why don't we look up the video where they bomb her concert?
First of all,
I'm just sorry.
Jesus.
You know, I'm starting to think that guy shot up the concert because he watched these shows. He was like, enough is enough.
Yeah, this is a Dan Schneider truther. I mean, it's like, why won't you talk out about Dan?
And I also just want to say, Looney Tunes is not that racist for something that came out in the fucking 1950s.
Yeah, come on.
You know?
Yeah.
What, we
No,
got
it really isn't.
Speedy Gonzalez. What else? That's
he
that's it.
Oh, Speedy Gonzalez.
The skunk
Speedy
represents.
Gonzalez
My
is
family
the-
loves Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Because they were just happy to see a Mexican character on screen.
that was their Black Panther.
It's always the white people. It's always white people that
know.
call something racist.
I know.
Yeah. What about Pepe Le Pew was like a fucking
A rapist.
a French rapist?
He's basically a rapist.
Right. Well, yeah, but
Well, like they kind of nailed it with that stereotype.
yeah,
right?
that was an accurate depiction of French people.
Cowardly rapist. They're
Yeah.
all. That's every French person.
A coward. All French are cowardly, racist rapists.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
So that's not racist. That's just truth.
I got that Deadline article. So like you were right about
Yeah,
like
it's the only article that has that suggests, and even they like kind of like
yeah, and they backed up. Like the actual quote here is like, among other things, I hear there have been multiple complaints of abusive behavior against Schneider filed by members of his staff. That doesn't imply what we think, and you know.
Well, I heard he does yell at everybody like a maniac too.
Right.
But
like
like
a short
but
temper.
like you're yelling at children. Like this stuff is stuff. Why is nobody looking into this?
Yeah.
Why is Ronan Farrow sitting writing another fucking article about Harvey Weinstein? We get it. He raped women.
Yeah.
Write an article about this fucking guy.
Yeah, like, oh, Aziz Ansari on Babe.
Yeah, like who gives a fuck?
But why is that? Why do you think people don't care?
I don't think people don't care. I just think people are scared of.
Sorry.
I just think like a publication like the New Yorker or Jezebel or something are scared of the power. Like in the day, they don't think they have it anymore. That's the thing. Okay, I'll see in a second.
Okay.
They were scared of the power this company could have, that they could really like take them down or something, because this guy is very blatant about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's not really hiding it.
Right.
You know, it's almost like
An open
he
secret.
goes to the ledge in public and then pulls back. Like if you watch clips of him and Carly, he's hugging her from behind. He's always
it's
touching
so
these girls.
gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also not necessary.
You don't have to
I mean,
touch
if
them,
you're-
yeah.
Yeah. If it's a,
Yeah, no,
if
you
it's
don't. There's no
professional.
reason. But like,
I heard Lars von Trier did that when he would make his movies. He would like, try to hug the actresses after their performances.
Yeah.
And he insisted on like real sex. It's all these fucking
Yeah.
these like
well,
pseudo intellectual.
I think
pieces
Lars
of shit.
Trier has a little bit more creativeness than Dan Schneider. It's like, yeah, I need you to really this scene where you talk about nachos. I really need you to believe it.
Yeah.
Come on, it's an internet web show.
Come on, iCarly.
Do what kids do
I
with their
heard.
feet.
I used to hear they would have meetings at the set of iCarly of how they were going to get her in a bikini because they wanted to increase the ratings.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she was like 14, 15.
It was the highest rated kids show for
It was huge.
3 years.
That's the thing. In all
It's
these
just a bunch
actors-
of executives. It's just a bunch of like girls in their late 20s from like Westchester who are like, oh, I guess Dan's running late. And he comes in, he's like Ray Kump. He's like, I'm naked.
We gotta get naked this scene.
13-year-old ass.
Dude, that guy's in desperate need of a haircut. That's a guy that has so much money, people are afraid to tell him that he
Exactly,
looks like
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But see, that's the problem with show business, where it's like I watched that Ricky Gervais special, and somebody was like, "How did people around him not tell him like, oh, you shouldn't do this?"
Was it bad? I
Because
didn't
you
see
get
it.
it was bad.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, there were some funny lines in it, but then it's a lot of him like just attacking trans people for no reason.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah. He's like,
Did he
saying
get the
that
memo that they're untouchable? Everything they do is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Or at least have a reason.
At least now, I mean, they've been, I don't know, they've been marginalized for a while. I
No,
think.
they have. Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
But somebody was like, didn't someone near Ricky Gervais tell him that this is a bad idea? But there's a certain thing with show business where it's like these a select few group of people have so much power
You can't
that
say
you
anything.
can't say anything, even if they fucking steal some of your take too many French fries. You don't want to say something.
Yeah,
wrong, you know,
because
I've been
No, finish.
No, if you're having lunch with them, like I've been around them, you're just kind of like, you sort of adopt this like mentality where it's like this person you're eating because of this person, so you just feel yourself becoming like a yes man. There's people that I hang out with that I'm friendly with, but I just don't have that relationship with them where I can be like, hey, your fucking mother's a whore or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are you doing with those fucking shoes, you faggot?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like, hey, you know what? You get unsubmitted for a sitcom or something, you know?
Or you just never work with them again.
Yeah,
we
don't have nothing for you.
They stop using you. Or,
I feel like that happened to George Lucas. You know, he had a bunch of people that were checking him, you know, back in the day, and then they remake the prequels, and it was like, everyone's like, yes, sir.
Like,
Jar Jar Binks is a great idea.
George, this little flying alien kind of looks like a Jew. Like, get the fuck out of my office.
You're
fired. How dare you question me?
The funniest thing, you can't really see it anymore, but it was on the episode 1 DVD. They did a documentary about the making of episode 1, and at the end of the documentary, there's a screening, and the movie ends, and everyone looks like, what the fuck? And Luke is sitting there with a blank expression. And they're kind of waiting for Lucas to say something.
Yeah.
But you can tell they're all like, this is garbage. And he just goes like, I think that I think that worked really well. I think just a couple of edits and we'll be okay. And then, yeah, you're right. You're right. So good. You're right. It's so good. Like automatically their faces change.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh shit, George likes this. We better fucking like it.
And it's your job, and that's kind of the thing with the entertainment industry. I mean, you'll see like Long Island comics be like, oh, you didn't fucking say anything. And it's like, yeah, okay, obviously you should say something when someone's a rapist or a pedophile, but I don't know. It's just like you're not in that position where you're around powerful people, and it might lead to something.
Yeah, like if you're like a waiter at a comedy club and you walk in on fucking who's a really Amy Schumer diddling a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You gonna like punch her out? What are you gonna? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she could ruin your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like,
And
okay.
will.
What?
And she will.
And she will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, fight her? Like, if you're just
like,
waitress.
Sucks for that 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know. The kid was wearing overalls. So,
the kid said he liked Trainwreck. He was asking for it.
Yeah. I also just want to say that Amy Schumer's a fine comic and a fine
she would never touch
She
a
would never touch
I just
a
used her
4-year-old.
Allegations out there.
I would just use her an example.
Yeah.
Right.
But what was kind of weird was there was the whole thing came out with TJ Miller recently.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, you know, I was reading, because we talked about this with Nick Mullen. I was reading the comments on that YouTube video, and they were like, yeah, you know, this is cool of Mike and Nick because they're in that industry and they're speaking out against it. It's like, we're not brave to be speaking out against a fucking guy who fucks kids and gets away with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing like brave about what we're doing. And you know, every rapist and sexual abuser should be called out. So I just want to say, I'm not a hero. Please stop sending me, you know, flowers.
And
and
I mainly speak out against this.
It's nice. It's nice what you're doing, but I don't want a shrine built to me in the town square. I'm just doing what any other American would do in this situation.
And I mainly do this because I want Nickelodeon to have to cancel these stupid fucking shows and bring back like Double Dare, and Count Duckula and Danger Mouse.
And you know, we're moving in that direction. You know,
so
they canceled the show Game Breakers, and I heard there was a big
Game Chasers.
Game
Chasers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They canceled that. Here's the thing too.
There's our cliffhanger.
Well, the big rumor is there's 2 actresses that are going to come out any day now. They've been building a case,
Really?
and they've been meeting with people so when they come out, nobody can stop them. And the reason why they're coming out now is because Viacom is doing very poorly.
Yeah.
A lot of executives have left.
Well, you know why Viacom's doing poorly?
Why is that?
Because of podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Artist created content. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you unplugged your computer.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
So now they're vulnerable, Viacom. And I think the Nickelodeon probably found out and said, we're going to cut ties with you now before this comes out.
Right.
So we have plausible deniability and you can like lawyer the fuck up. But I think it's too far gone. These girls, they said it's not Amanda Bynes, who was also raped, and it's not Jamie Lynn Spears. What?
Are you pulling all this from like blind items and a little bit of piecing things together, or what?
Yeah, I'm pulling it from blind. But if you look at her behavior, look at all these actresses, all these people vanish.
Yeah.
As soon as they get off Nickelodeon, it's not like Amanda Bynes went on to make Pulp Fiction 2.
Mm-hmm.
She went fucking ballistic and vanished. Jamie Lynn Spears Her sister is one of the most powerful singers.
It's not like Amanda Bynes had a great career where she played a whore in Pulp Fiction.
I know,
too.
but I'm just saying, like she didn't.
Where she played a prostitute
she's not
who gets
still
beaten
doing
and
things.
thrown out
She
a
went
window.
nuts and vanished.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the only one that kind of made it out was Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
and she's the one talking like a little girl on all the shows, and she, probably fucked him.
Right. There was probably
Victoria-
a music exec that heard that little baby voice and like, I think we can do something with this.
Victoria Justice
boing.
went nowhere. iCarly was like the highest paid actress in Hollywood. Went nowhere. Sam got kicked out of Caroline's. I mean, how low can you go?
Sam who?
From iCarly. They wouldn't let her in Caroline's.
Jeanette
This
McCurdy.
is like right before I quit.
She got kicked out of Caroline's?
They wouldn't let her in. They told her it was sold out. And the guy went, I just told the girl from iCarly it was sold out. She walked away sad. I said, why the fuck wouldn't you let her in? Like,
oh yeah,
we let all these other idiots. Anyway,
she's got a hot Instagram. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, but now it's all her like behind the camera and stuff like that, which is good. More power.
Did you see that vine?
Clean
Did you
it
see
up.
the vine where she put all these bruises and like this? She goes, "Look what you did to me, Dan
The
Schneider."
makeup and
she's
we
like the Joker
played
in
that
that.
in the last
Yeah, and
episode.
Jamie Lynn Spears, just vanishes after having that baby.
Right.
Like she was on her way to becoming like, I mean, her sister has a lot of power. All of a sudden, all these actors just vanish. They just vanish. Like they don't go on. Like every other like Disney Channel, like maybe they're raping the shit out of them there, but they all move on. Zendaya was in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
The Jonas Brothers are doing shit.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus is doing shit. Like at least they're out there doing shit. The kid from Sweet Life is on Riverdale now.
Oh, yeah.
Like they
So why don't the Nickelodeon kids do anything?
because they got raped. They got raped till they fucking couldn't breathe.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, yes. Oh, actually, yes. That makes sense.
Yeah, because they fucking were like got coke
Yeah, I
thrown
forgot
at them.
about that. Yeah.
Right, that's my theory. It's like you could say these are rumors, but all of these people either go nuts.
Yeah.
Like iCarly's
Look
just
at the
sitting in her car all
numbers.
day now.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and she was bigger than ever.
She's living in it.
You could argue that she was bigger than Miley Cyrus at a certain point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And how do you go from that to doing nothing? You know.
Yeah. I don't know. So do you think they just get out of the business because they don't want it?
I
They don't
think
wanna
either they
be
get
there anymore?
blackballed because he the rumor was when Victoria Justice wouldn't fuck him, he blackballed her.
Mm-hmm.
They either get blackballed, they either get they get shit talked about them,
Coercion,
or I think some of them just are like, I don't want. I know the rumor was Jamie Lynn Spears got paid not to act anymore, and she tried to go back into acting, and the parents were like, no, because then people find out who the real father is.
Yeah,
and apparently,
Dan
like
Schneider's the father of Jamie Lynn Spears'
yes,
baby.
that's the big thing.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But also the day she was in a car accident, her and the kid, their Jeep got overthrown, and that day on the set of whatever stupid show he was making, apparently like, he was really freaking out, and somebody said the thing, this guy's like really like upset today because he was scared.
Yeah,
they're gonna do a DNA test, so they're gonna find out but there's just so much smoke. When there's that much smoke, and here's the other thing why I think a lot of this stuff is true. I was talking to you about this off air.
Yeah,
there's a guy named Brian Peck. He molested a kid on the set of All That in the 90s. The kid came forward. Nobody really knows who the kid is. Guy got convicted. He either went to jail or I don't know what he did, but he's a convicted child molester. He's a pedophile. It's on the books.
Yeah.
When he got out, he got jobs with Bryan Singer, where he was working on the X-Men movies, who's, also been rumored to fuck young boys.
Yeah.
And he also got
I go home for Thanksgiving. I'm like, someone in my family's like, they all protect each other in Hollywood.
It's
I'm
like the mafia.
Jews? No, the pedophiles.
Pedophiles protect each other. And then he also got work on anger management with Charlie Sheen as a dialogue coach. Now, have you ever watched that anger management?
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you need a dialogue coach? A dialect coach.
Yeah.
And then if you look at his IMDb
Sandler
page,
movie?
he's worked on a lot of projects with kids recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a guy who's convicted child pedophile who was on All That with Dan Schneider, works with Bryan Singer, works with Charlie Sheen. And Charlie Sheen, of course, the rumor is, and it's pretty much almost all but verified, that he raped Corey Haim on the set of Lucas. So you have all these connections of people rumored to be around kids helping out a guy who has actually fucked a kid.
It's a fraternity.
There's something there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a reporter, fucking Ronan Farrow, so instead of like making articles about like, Aziz Ansari like didn't tip well, I don't know, but you fucking go look into the guy fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you check out?
Why
in that
do you
article?
think that is, Ray? Do you think it's easier to do you think it's more fashionable to go after these people now and to stay away from the kid fucking?
Well, yeah. Well, it's probably easier to nail Louis C.K. for jerking off in front of women.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to protect him from and it also makes everybody look like courageous. Like, oh, we got rid of Louis C.K.
Right.
But when you
the other thing with that too is like it's not just Dan Schneider that would go down. It's everybody that he
would go
worked with
down.
and who
Yeah, it's the
protected him.
conglomerate.
the conglomerate go down because
It's
nickel
all
and
the jobs
executives
and everything.
knew
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And they paid off.
My question is, can't you find another guy to like make a kid show? How hard is it to make a fucking kid show?
It's not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I could fucking do it in my sleep. Like,
Yeah.
This girl
You
likes the
should
guy
do
in the
it.
school. The guy doesn't like her back. There you go. That's 5 episodes.
They what? Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's
Yeah,
the plot
yeah.
you can make for
Yeah.
like 5 episodes. I like a guy. I'm not sure the guy likes me back.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
yeah,
You
one of
just
the
make 5
teachers is
episodes about that.
kooky. yeah.
Then the other episodes, there's a bake
there's
sale.
a friend named Goo.
They have to put on a school play. I don't
Yeah.
know. There you go.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's a school in Hawaii.
Somebody-
They're all wearing flip flops. Get those feet out.
right. Somebody stole the hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had a really funny idea for a kids show where these kids, because I was at a David Tell show and a teacher got kicked out, a table of teachers. And I thought a funny idea for like one of these shows is these kids go to a comedy show and they see their fucking uppity teacher get thrown out for being a drunk heckler. That to me would be a funny like episode of a kids show.
Or doing stand up.
Or they're doing stand. They're just really dirty. They don't know the teacher does stand. The teacher's up there like, yeah, I was fucking this kid in the ass. And the kids are like, this is our science teacher.
Yeah, it's like seeing your parents have
I
sex.
don't need to go that far.
I know.
They're
Like, she doesn't have to say that. But you
Ray's
can
at
be like,
Nickelodeon. They're like, Ray, why don't we dial it back a little bit? Okay, you had me up to fucking the kid in the ass.
well, okay, the teacher could be like, yeah, you know how women are a bunch of stupid cunts? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing there is like okay, you have Harvey Weinstein, and sure there were a lot of people like protecting him, but it's like, okay, now we took down Harvey Weinstein, now we can all pat ourselves on the back. But for something as evil and like nefarious as the guy fucking kids and getting away with it for years, that's a lot of other people who are gonna like go
Suffer.
down with him who are complacent.
I really
in
do
it.
think if it blows open really wide, it's going to be the end of that corporation. And the other rumor I heard is that there's another corporation backing these girls and being like, we'll pay for your lawyer fees, we'll get it on the our networks.
See, God bless the free market.
Because
oh my God, it's Disney, dude! I bought stock in Disney.
I think because they want,
Hell yeah.
they want Viacom
It's gonna
to
be
go
a good
under
summer, baby.
and then buy the assets.
Say that
So
again?
like they buy South Park, they buy Ren and Stimpy,
Exactly.
they
Okay,
buy
I see.
Rugrats, and then they put it on their channels,
Right.
and reap the money from that. That was the theory. There's a corporation that is backing these women.
Now, Ray, which corporation do you think it is?
Yeah, and who
Either
are the
Disney
two
or
girls?
Fox.
Uh-huh.
Because Fox just sold all their cool stuff to Disney. They have all this influx of cash.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so if we get Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy and reboot them, we're good with that shit. Or whatever. I guess South
Does anybody
Park
want
too.
to watch Ren and Stimpy though? Yeah.
I know. Okay, South Park. Then.
Yeah.
Maybe South Park. Maybe, Christy Stefano special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who are the two girls allegedly that are?
Well, they're not Jamie. The story is they're not Jamie Lynn Spears. They're not Amanda Bynes. I think it's iCarly and Sam.
both of them.
I think so.
Wow.
So
I
it's
think
Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, I think it's them.
His hit TV show comes back to bite him in the dick.
They should do a web series where they expose him.
He must be sweating right now. I mean, more than he already is.
Who, me or him?
No, Dan Schneider.
Oh, Dan Schneider. Yeah.
Here's my question for you. I mean, like what do you think exactly happened? What do you think took place? And do you think it was like coercion? Do you think it was?
I think it was like promises made. Because at first he started with the rumor again.
Yeah.
First he started with the top stars, like he would go after the Amanda Bynes of the and the iCarlys. Then as social media rose, he would go after the lower stars, like the girl who has 4 lines an episode.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
do you think that Amanda Bynes, like, do you think that got her on the show, or do you think she was already working for them?
I think she was already there. I think he showed up when she was already there.
Yeah.
But the rumor is he got her pregnant and paid for her abortion when she was like really young.
I heard about that,
and that's
too.
what messed her up.
Yeah.
But there's also stories where she's doing coke in his house, so this is the story I heard. Again, allegedly, they're at a party at the house. Amanda Bynes is on coke, freaking out. 16, 15, breaks something very valuable in his property. He comes in and goes, who the fuck broke that? And she points to a girl who just had like a couple lines on all that, but was promised to become as a recurring player. And he said to the girl, "You're never going to work in this town again." And the girl, if I don't know who the girl is, but apparently like, she's never worked again.
Wow.
She had a couple of lines.
She has a podcast now. We're gonna have her
right
on.
now. She has an open mic in the creek in the cave. And
Yeah.
You guys don't know this, but I actually broke a vase at Dan Schneider's house when I was very young.
Yeah, you do have a look like you could have been a child star.
Yeah.
So I think, and I think when people got a little like, we're gonna come forward, him and Nickelodeon threw money at them.
Mhm.
And I also think that, you know, when Nickelodeon was going to get rid of him at the height of when they had iCarly and Victorious, I think he went to them and was like, look at all this money that we're making. You need to protect me because I'm the only one. I mean, I could make a show like iCarly in my fucking sleep. I don't get what these people saw in him. I'm the only one that can make this.
But you know how everybody else is in this business. I mean, everybody's fucking spineless. They're dumb. They don't know what works. They don't have opinions of their own, and they're just like, oh, okay, I guess we have. Yeah, I guess we have.
You're
to.
the only person that can make iCarly.
I don't want to lose my. I don't want to lose my $800 a week job and have to move home to Nebraska.
So I think they all were like,
So
okay, whatever, and they helped him pay out these kids. And I think, but now with the Me Too movement, again, the other rumor was he hired a bunch of lawyers, investigators when the Harvey Weinstein thing went down.
Who did?
To
Dan
get
Schneider,
dirt on the
to
exec.
see if anyone was fucking with him. I think when the Me Too movement started and everything, I think people like Amanda Bynes or iCarly, or they started being like, hey, we might have something, because when the Me Too movement started, Nickelodeon's ratings started going down.
Yeah.
And Viacom's stock started going down. So now, like, that's the thing. If Harvey Weinstein...
That was one company I did not buy stock in, Viacom.
Do not buy stock in Viacom. If
I'm
Harvey
happy I
Weinstein
did,
had made, like, the fucking Marvel movies, he'd still be in power. There'd be no way those
money
articles
talks.
would have came out about it.
Yeah.
But when was the last time Weinstein Company made a fucking hit movie besides King's Speech in 2014? Nothing.
Yeah. Which was just a ripoff of the stuttering monologue guy from Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be great to feature a stuttering guy?
So now he was a little weak. The company was a little weak, and we'll get rid of him now. We'll just get. And I think the same thing with Dan Schneider. They're losing money. Nickelodeon's ratings are plummeting. They're like, holy shit! If this comes to light, we're fucked. Let's just fire him, and hopefully it'll go away. I don't think it is going to go away because it's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as there's the internet, we're going to come after Dan Schneider.
It's kids, and it's a lot of people. You know, we didn't grow up on this garbage.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who did,
Right.
who now are going to be really angry that iCarly had to take it up the butt. You know?
Yeah. I had a friend. like, goddamn.
Look, I mean, I don't think people think this, but I hope that people aren't listening to this episode and being like, oh, they're just, this is some kind of like opportunistic thing that they're. I mean, this is.
No, I've been writing.
It's pretty common knowledge.
I've been making Facebook posts.
You've been sitting alone in your underwear late at night.
Looking into this.
Doing a lot of research. Yeah.
We've all gone down that K-hole. Yeah.
Yeah. It just annoys me because like these are the people that are like presenting entertainment to kids.
Yeah.
And they're using it basically like the mafia uses shit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
all I can say is thank God for the corporations. Another big corporation.
Another big corporation to gobble up all of Viacom's properties.
Thank God for Fox or maybe Disney.
I hope it's Disney because I did buy some stock.
Imagine Disney controls Comedy Central. That would be really funny.
That would be funny.
Try to think like, you think they'd censor the specials now, right?
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
But Disney, I mean, they own everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. We basically be in a totalitarian state. All thanks to Dan Schneider, fucking children.
Yeah.
What's your
so you think it was like? So you think it probably wasn't? It was probably like, hey, if you fuck me,
I'll do this and that.
I'll do this and that for you. I'll give you a spin-off or whatever.
Yeah.
You think he fucked Jeanette McCurdy?
I heard she got raped by a tutor. They hired a pedophile to be a tutor. Who apparently raped somebody on the set of Happy Days. And
on the set of Happy Days?
Yeah, there was a guy who was a
he's
tutor.
Like a veteran.
Yes, he was a veteran.
Yeah.
And he raped her.
raped the Fonz.
He raped the Fonz. Hey!
Jesus Christ.
Maybe he raped Joni. She said, hey, I love Chachi. He's like, no, you don't.
And how many people are complacent?
She died, right?
She died, and she was crazy when she died. Another one who goes crazy. Yeah.
You know, like the adults on these kids shows, like they're seeing what's going on. Maybe they're not as creepy. Maybe they.
But they don't do
kids.
it. Like Gary Coleman used to talk about being abused on the set of Different Strokes.
Todd Bridges too. Todd Bridges, when they did that bicycle episode, the Bicycle Man, he was like, I don't want any part of this, and they still like wrote him into it because he had sort of experiences like that where.
Dana Plato would. I mean, it's been going on for years and years and years and years. It's just now
we have the internet, though.
What?
know,
We
like,
have the internet,
Back then, it was like a little bit easier.
Yeah,
to
who's
sweep-
Gary Coleman going to
Yeah.
tell?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes I'm like, do I talk about pedophilia too much? But like, I don't, because
Yeah.
people fuck kids, and
No,
we have
but
to
people don't
talk
talk about it enough.
People don't talk about it enough,
Which is why he got
because it's uncomfortable. Because you bring it up in a room and people
Right.
like
Yeah,
people walk out.
When
did
I
a
make
bit this
statuses
weekend.
about this guy, there
Yeah.
are no likes. When a girl
Yeah.
goes on a fucking rant that a comedian made her feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable at open mic by saying hi,
Yeah.
1,000 likes, and that comedian
Yeah.
has to go fucking do an apology
Yeah.
to her.
Exactly,
You know?
an open
Yeah.
mic apology tour.
He only had
nobody
white
wants to confront
wine.
it.
I
Nobody-
wanted red wine.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to confront that every show they watched as a kid, there was people doing coke and getting fucked in the ass. Nobody wants to confront that.
yeah. Except us, because we're heroes.
Yes.
Right.
We're willing to make the sacrifices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently this guy was like an old school
But-
tutor. He on the set of iCarly, he raped Janet McCurdy, and they covered it up. They told the cast. But again, I also blame the adults. I don't know. Like, if,
That's the thing, man. Everywhere you send your kids, there's a chance that somebody
Yeah.
might try to fuck them.
I don't. If I was
when
like,
I have a kid, that's what I'm telling them. When they're like 6 years old, I'm like, someone's going to try to fuck you. You have me and Deb's genes. You're a good looking person.
my parents told me that.
Yeah.
And nobody fucked me, so it worked out great.
Right.
My parents never told me. I just lucked out.
I just looked.
Really?
Yeah.
You were probably a hotter kid than Ray. No offense.
I was a pretty hot kid. Things
you?
fell apart. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could have easily got on one of these Nickelodeon shows when I was 4 or 5.
Your dad's like, Raymond,
like
I need to tell you something. Sometime a man gonna try to put his penis in your butt.
They did tell me stuff like that. Yeah.
You had like abs as a
One
kid.
One time, me and my brother, we were probably like 8 and 10. We were like giggling about the word rapist because we had just learned what it was. And we were like, Mom, what's a rapist? And our mom was like, it's a man who forces himself on women, or he finds little boys and tries to stick his penis in their butt. And that was like her trying to shut us up.
Well, let me ask you a
scare us, I
question
guess.
because
Yeah.
you know, let me ask you. So let's say you had a sitcom, right? The
Yeah.
Mike Recine show,
Mhm.
and on the show you had a kid play your kid, and one
No,
day,
Ray.
What? No.
No, I would not.
no, I'm not saying you would fuck.
And you're saying they bring in whores every day, and
the
you're
show-
fucking
the
all the
show-
whores,
the
and you
show's
get
a-
sick of pussy, and you're like, what? I don't know. I'm just not into this anymore. No,
but
I
like-
still would, and I would get a doll
You're
or something.
walking backstage. and
Next
you
question.
You catch
Next
the,
question.
A child doll.
you catch the executive producer
Thank
blowing
God
the
for
kid.
those.
Would you like go on Facebook and be like, the executive producer is blowing the kid who plays my son on my sitcom? Like, what would you do?
Well, I mean, look.
Yeah, would you blow it all up?
Would you like
All right.
put him on Vine or what's
All
it called?
right.
Periscope,
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
All right, Ray, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I had my way and I got a TV show, that kid would be an orphan to begin with. So,
Yeah, you wouldn't have a kid, right?
so yes.
Father Mike
It's just
Recine.
like a black kid, and it's never addressed. Like it's like your kid.
Do we have to go there?
Well, it's it's
Can we
not a
have some
visual
fucking
medium.
principles? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it would probably just be an orphan, and then I would hire the mafia. I would have the producer killed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the
what
way
I
to
think.
handle it.
Yeah. I would
didn't
call
think
in a
of that.
hitman. I'd be like, kill this guy, make it look like an accident. We'll get a new producer,
Get a new, okay, cool.
and then cross my fingers that that guy's not a pedophile. but that's a great point. I'm sure that shit happens.
That
like,
shit happens, and a
all the
lot of these
fucking
actors just
time.
turn a blind eye, which to me, like,
God damn it! Thank God for podcasting.
Yeah.
but like, because
But
if
that's
you're
the thing with this. That's the thing with this dog shit business that we're in, where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm not saying that it's justified or it's right or anything, but it's also a thing where like you work so hard, you wait tables, you're a mover or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like you get that one break that you might not ever get again,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, you're gonna let a little pedophilia ruin your.
no, it's true. Like
your
you know,
big
you think
dream?
about like I'm sure the guy they had a 30-something-year-old guy play her brother on iCarly. I'm sure he walked into some weird shit.
Yeah.
But just
Jerry
thinking to myself,
Trainer?
yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah.
He's like I think he was also a comic too. The fucking horrible gigs I had to do to get here. This chick looks like she might like it. What am I gonna, But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like, but now if this girl's fucked up at the head, that's kind of your fault because
Right.
really, like, okay, you lose a job on iCarly, but what have you done since?
Yeah,
know?
you got to bury your head in the sand if you want that
Yeah.
job.
Maybe the answer to this is like there really should be like Hollywood pedophile kill squads.
Kill
Yeah.
squads.
Yeah, and we
think
just
so.
you just hunt these people down, and you make it look like botched robberies or heart attacks or whatever. Anyway, I'm not saying our listeners should do that, but if you're bored, if you're unemployed, maybe give it a shot.
You were talking about sex dolls earlier. Why? What's keeping them from making a little child robot
They
sex
did.
doll?
Japan did that
They
already.
did?
Oh, Japan's always ready to
anything
fuck.
you think? Yeah.
Are you serious?
Any perverted sex thing you think of, Japan's been doing
They
it.
got kid sex
Japan,
robots?
Japan got sick of it in the 80s.
You ever heard of lolicon? There's a whole
No,
genre
there's
of
like
kid porn that's legal in
lolicon?
Japan.
What the fuck's going on?
There's also porn where it's like they use actresses that are over 18 that
But they
kind of look like kids, and it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. If you have these feelings and that's your outlet, I do a bit about that where it's like I'm so happy that I'm not a fucking pedophile because imagine like you just feel that one day and you're like, oh well, this is who I am.
But even like if let's say it was legal, it would be the worst
Is
relationship
he
to be
screaming
in.
too loud? By the way,
What?
Is he yelling? Okay.
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
well, I level
That's
it
all
out
right.
anyway.
Oh, you
So
do? Okay.
I just get close.
Even if it was
This
legal,
guy's good money. If you
Yeah,
want to
the
start
man.
a show, yeah. If
Do you
anybody
podcast?
needs what?
do a podcast with him.
Yeah, no. If anybody has audio needs,
Oh, okay. All right, good. I
Matt's,
should have hired
Matt's
you to make
number
my
is
CD.
not.
We
Matt's
should have hired
number is
him.
954.
The guy sucks that I hired. Wait, you're not the guy I hired.
He sucks? Well, I
he's
mean, I
taking
cut
his
this
time.
out.
I'm editing the thing myself now. But even if it was legal, it would be the worst relationship to be in.
Yeah.
Like like you'd bring them to cocktail parties, they wouldn't really talk. They would just
Who?
the kid. You,
Yeah.
Like
Oh, right.
I'm going to take
No,
you to
I
a
was saying-
fancy party.
Matt's phone number is 8. If anybody needs to get in touch with him for all your audio
Dan
needs.
Schneider's gonna call him. Erase that podcast.
Yeah.
You'll white up with a fucking.
They're going to
No,
text
imagine
me a
this.
cease and desist.
No, imagine this. Viacom calls us. They're like, all right, guys, listen, we can't make you take it down, but if you take it down, you can have your own show on Comedy Central. Sumner Redstone calls us.
There'll be such herbs. The losers will be like, how about Nickelodeon? You guys take over the iCarly reboot.
We'd be the
Just
fall
us.
guys. They would set us up to look like pedophiles, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, they have us play like three. It's like 3 men and a kid. We have to somehow raise a child.
They're like,
The
we
three of us.
love the show you guys pitched on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about having a child on the show?
What if you're gay and you're in a 3-way relationship and you have to raise a kid? Yeah. You look at this.
Oh, we'll do
I mean,
that.
Tim Dillon said that. We just interviewed him, and it's like, yeah, you look at those checks and you kind of get why people keep their mouths shut.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the point is that TJ Miller's an ugly fucking rapist, and we can't be afraid to say this stuff. That was bizarre when it was like a couple weeks after the TJ Miller thing came out, and I saw some comedy flyer that was like TJ Miller from Silicon Valley and all the and the Emoji Movie is going to be here at the Village Lantern.
Yeah, and it was a female who did that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bizarre?
Yeah, it is bizarre. Yeah, but I think, like I said,
Is he
off
going to
air,
work again? Is he doing
Oh,
stuff?
yeah.
he's good. Deadpool 2 is going to help him.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah, you know why? Because the wife defended him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and like, what did he do? He like punched a girl during sex or something. I mean, like, obviously he fucked up, but it wasn't like rape. You know,
Yeah. You've done that, right?
I mean, who hasn't?
Honestly, I think if Louis C.K. had just
Spit in her mouth.
Louis C.K. had just lied and been like, I never did this in my life. What are you talking about? I think he would have been okay.
No,
You don't think
there's
so?
too much. There's too
It's
many
too much?
people coming.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then you're a fucking liar. So people,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you're the guy who's like, I'm
Well, no,
honest,
not him,
I'm
but I think
honest
Kevin
about everything.
Spacey should have said, like, listen, I was on drugs that night, but I wouldn't be having 14-year-olds at my apartment in the 80s. But also it was the 80s and I was on drugs.
Yeah, but then you're throwing someone under the bus who's like an innocent kid at the time.
No,
and
I
it's
know,
like,
but like the fact that he admitted
I don't
it
think
and like,
so.
yeah, the kid was there.
yeah,
Like, you should just spend like, I'm going to have 14 years. I mean, who's
Yeah.
going to verify the kid was there? It was 1987.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I don't think Kevin Spacey comes back.
No, he's not coming back. No.
I
It
mean,
was like 92 or 93 or something.
No, it was 87,
Oh, it was?
86. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that long ago though. He was in his mid 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, but then all the other stories came out.
I love that some guy was like, when I was 14, Kevin Spacey tried to rape me, and then Kevin Spacey was like, yes, I am gay.
That's because I'm a faggot.
I'm a gay man.
that was hilarious. Fucking love that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do.
What would you
Mike
call?
Recine-
Sorry, go ahead.
Mike Recine tried to steal some Cadbury cream eggs from the 50% off bin after Easter. I'm like, yes, I am gay.
What does that have to do with that? Whatever.
Mike Recine illegally downloaded I, Tonya before it came out on DVD. Yes, I'm trans.
I choose to
What,
live
are
my
you
life
gonna
as a trans
disparage
I
person.
choose to live as a trans woman. Oh, another thing about Schneider is like, I mean, I know we already talked about the foot fetish, but he had somebody on Reddit said, I remember he had a Twitter challenge or something like that for his show's young fans. The challenge was to write something on the bottom of your foot,
Yes.
take a picture, and post it to whatever hashtag.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. But so here's what I want to talk about. So like Ray and I worked at Caroline's together 10 years ago, right? And probably like, I mean, me and you were on like the bottom rung of show business, right? Working there, being the doorman, being the manager.
Yeah.
Like, so we kind of like,
Well,
it was interesting getting to experience. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, here's the thing I learned.
You were the manager.
I was
sorry.
the manager being there.
I wasn't some scumbag doorman who was there for. I was there for 3 months and
You were there, I think, for 4 or 5.
3 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you
November
also
to
did the
February.
phones.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
okay. He's like,
Yeah.
I was there for a day.
Yeah.
I was there for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Which here's the thing I learned with comedy when you work at a club is there's some comedians who treat other comedians like fucking gold. You know, they're really great to other comedians. But if you're not a comedian and they don't think you can get anything out of you, they treat you like shit, or they kind of reveal their true selves. And I wouldn't, I was doing comedy part time, but
It's so funny because the people who are shitty to you, you never forget it.
Yeah, I never forget. Yeah.
Because, like, I had a guy do that to me once when I was, like, brand new, and he was, like, on his way to an open mic, and he's like, I'm going to go do this open mic. And I go, oh, it's not too late to get up there? And he just goes, nope, and he walks away.
Wow.
And I've just, like, never forgotten that. It's like, yeah, you fucking just big-time me and then went to an open mic.
But, yeah, a lot of
you
people...
fucking piece of shit. Anyway, cut that out.
There you go. But, yeah, a lot of people will treat you like shit.
Wait, Matt, bleep out and the guy's name. It's great when he bleeps stuff.
Oh yeah, because then people are like, what did he say?
Yeah. All right. And then cut this out, me talking about it.
I understand. Okay.
All right.
So
Sorry
yeah,
to yell at you.
You're doing a great job. What did you realize about comedy?
Okay, the thing I realized, because I was the manager, is that, like, there's a lot of comedians out there who treat other comedians like gold, or people they think can advance their career like gold, and they're really great people. But then if you aren't a comedian, or you're someone they don't think can help them in any way, shape, or form, they reveal their true selves and treat you like fucking garbage. And I did comedy part-time when I was a manager, and I wouldn't go into when the headliner came in, I wouldn't go into the room and announce, hey, I do comedy.
Yeah.
Also, how much time do you want to do tonight? I would just go in and be like, hey, how much time you want to do tonight? And if we got to talking, which a lot of them wouldn't, I would then reveal, oh, I do comedy as well. But I wouldn't like go in as, but my thing is, so a lot of them didn't know I did comedy. A lot of them, you would see their true selves, and from not just from comedians, but agents and managers and bookers and a lot of other, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you told us a story recently about because like it was funny, like, yeah, you're just the doorman at some club. Also, doing the crowd control, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, the crowd control's brutal, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember my first night there, I think it was a Joe Rogan show, and Dana White tipped me like $100 to come in.
Wait,
and I was like, I made like $300 cash just from people like trying to get in the room.
Was that the night there was the crowd started throwing chairs at each other?
Maybe 2007.
Yes.
November 2007.
That was your first day.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was your first day.
That was like a rowdy.
Two tables started like
rowdy.
going out because they're UFC fans.
Yeah,
and
but
they're like,
I saw like 10. Remember when like 10 people got kicked out of that Paul Mooney show?
Yes.
And the guy got stiff with the bill, and he was like, "But I don't have any money. I don't have any money to pay," because his jerk off friend got kicked out. It was his birthday.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Paul Mooney show was the
a
worst.
fun
It was
place to
always a
work.
problem on that show.
Really?
Oh yeah, always a fist fight.
Dude, I'll tell you another story. So it's like I just moved to the city. I'm 20 years old. I'm like, I'm gonna move to New York and do comedy. And I'm working at Caroline, so I'm gonna like network and rub elbows with some big people. And I was kind of I had gone on a couple dates with one of the hostesses there.
Yeah.
And she was like, we got tipped pretty well, and she was like, yeah, well, let's get a drink after our shift. And Tosh was there that weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Okay.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about too. Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
She was all right, but I really liked her,
Yeah, I know. I remember you did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I'm waiting for the Paul Mooney show to end, and she's just like talking to Daniel Tosh for like.
I remember this night. I think I remember you pacing and being like, "Are you ready?" or something.
Yeah. Till like 4 a.m. until finally I just left because she was like talking to him. They're just at a table, like locked eyes. And I was like 20, but I found a diner where I could just go get bombed at. I like spilled my guts to this Greek like diner manager.
You want me to make the story even worse for you? Do you know how it ended, that story?
Well, let me tell you how it ended for me.
Okay.
I thought about killing myself because I was like, this fucking sucks. I'm like, this fucking sucks. I'm nobody. I'm I'm dying to hear what you're gonna say.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm nobody. I'm gonna have to like, I just want to see if I can do it, and because I got so depressed, I like went to the Hudson River and like stood in front of the river and like thought about like jumping in the, which would not have killed me, by the way. But
It's embarrassing for your family.
but I just remember being like, I'm fucking nobody and I suck and I should die. Even though I'm like, at the time, I'm like 2 years into comedy. You know?
Yeah.
But nobody. Anyway, what were you going to say?
She fucked him that night. She went back to the hotel and fucked him.
Oh, okay.
And
hell yeah.
So it worked out for her and him.
That hurt. God, this hurts.
No, it makes your story even worse.
Wait a minute. I thought that she didn't.
No, she did. Did she tell you she did it?
No, I heard something secondhand about how like maybe it. I don't know. It
did. Because they would meet when he was in the city. They would meet up and hook up.
Oh,
and that's when I knew because he said.
But like, so they were already at that point.
No, that night they hooked up. That was
the first time.
Yes, but you were by the river about to kill yourself. Yes. Daniel Tosh was the woman you
I
loved.
thought he was gay or bisexual or something.
But you're gonna have to revenge on him because you're a better comic than him already. So that doesn't mean anything.
No, it just stings.
I thought he was gay or bisexual or something.
No, I mean maybe he might be bi because the reason why I know
that was the rumor about him though, right? Not that I.
Well, when he was there, he was gay, and then at the end of the night, when he left with Eileen, Kenny was like, "I guess he's not gay."
What do you mean? Oh, that was what people were saying.
People before he got there, like I
That's
remember,
such
like
a funny
we're waiting for this guy to
blue-collar.
show up, and like I heard he's gay, I heard he's gay, I heard he's gay, and then he left with Eileen. Guess he's not gay.
Which I guess is just a rumor or something. But
I guess
also
he's not
like,
gay. That's so funny.
This guy is fist in the hostess. I guess this guy's not gay.
Look, not that I'm not in a good relationship now. It's just like this stuff is always just like a blow to your ego.
Oh, it just always stays.
It fucking stings.
That's like when Louis C.K. broke my tripod.
What's that?
Louis C.K. broke my tripod.
That's the best story.
And I had to go spend the money on a new tripod.
That's the best fucking...
Now when he got... I kind of feel it's bullshit what happened to him, but I also don't. I'm always like, yeah, good. You know?
Dude, Ray has like said some stuff on social media over the past couple years where it's like it's so funny.
Yeah.
And people like, I mean, people have ignored him for a while, and for a long time I think it was because you were the manager of Caroline's, and people kind of saw you in that way, and they weren't. Then that's why I got out of there after 3 months because I don't want to.
Dude, you don't know the fights I used to have with my parents. I said I have to quit this job.
Yeah,
I'm not making any money, and everybody just sees me one way, and it's going to take a while. And I hate to say it, but once my mom died, my dad, that was like the all clear. And I left the minute my mom died. I was like, I'm not going back. My dad was like, cool.
That was sort of the catalyst for you leaving that job?
Because my mom was the big one who said you have to stay. My mom had this insane idea, and I couldn't convince her you're retarded. I used to say you're retarded. That I'm going to be managing the room, and some agent is going to be like, hey, that guy does such a good job managing the room. We should get him on Saturday Night Live or something. I said, it literally will never happen.
Yeah.
They're not looking at who sat the room.
But what took you so long to leave, Ray?
My mom wouldn't let me. My mom wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
Ray's like, all right, Mom. I mean, I am 32. You're right.
No, I got fired from there a year before I quit. Because I got into a shouting match with and he shoved. I gotta bleep that name out.
Okay.
And he shoved me.
Very bleep heavy episode we're doing here.
Yeah.
And they apologized and asked me to come back, and I said I'm not going to go back. And my mom started screaming. Like I said, Mom, give me like 2 days to I'll find another job. And we just kept screaming and screaming and screaming. Yeah. So finally, I'm like, I can't live like this. I guess I'll go back. Yeah. And but then the minute she dropped dead, that was it. I was like, I have nothing holding. And my dad was like, yeah, fuck them. Yeah, you don't need that place.
Hell yeah.
It's so weird. You were living at home too.
Yeah,
but she still didn't let you go.
And I would try to explain to her because she'd be like, you're not saving up money. I go, they're not paying me anything. I can't take stand-up gigs because I'm there 6 nights a week.
Nice.
You understand how this is not.
Yeah.
And now I make so much more money, and I'm literally sitting at home half the time jerking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
There was nothing worse for me than being a doorman and just having to sit through some of those showcase shows and just the fucking dog shit that would come through there.
And
and
the
you think like,
headliners.
the guy's performing at Caroline. So, and somebody like, like Bill Michaels would come in and like just bomb and call people cunts and like,
I remember that, yeah.
whatever that
The
guy's
other
doing.
thing bad was the headliners. And then there's a picture, actually there's a picture, and I love all
I
these
guess
guys.
the headliners weren't great.
But there's a picture of like Sam Morril,
Yeah.
Michael Che, Joe Mackey, Phil Hanley,
Yeah.
Damian Lemon, and Nick Turner. And Phil took the photo. I'll never forget. They're all by the bar taking this photo, and Phil's taking it. It's a crowded room. And I have this huge table that I'm carrying that Kenny's making me bring into the room. And I'm just looking at these guys take the photo. I'm like, those fucking guys would open mics like 2 years ago or something. Not a lot of them, but
Yeah.
And I'm carrying this fucking table.
Yeah, and
and
you're not
these
even supposed to be
customers like,
carrying
watch
drinks.
where you're going.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing
Yeah.
all these fucking guys that I do shows with.
Yeah.
And I saved that photo because I always remember it.
You're in the back with the table on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, this fucking table.
All right, so she fucked Daniel Tosh. You can't win them all. But yeah, no, it's stuff like that early in your career where you're nobody, and that shit just stings. And it's like, yeah, Louis C.K. broke Ray's tripod.
He broke my tripod.
So when the
Is it a nice tripod?
so
Like,
what
how did he break
happened
it?
It was good. He basically took the camera, and you know how there's a little hook you put. I wasn't there. I came in and he basically was jamming the camera into the tripod, and then the thing completely snapped off, and he threw it.
Fuck that guy.
And I went to the owners and said, "Can you call him? Just tell him to send me $60."
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do it. I'll never play here again. I'm like, but he broke my thing. I don't have you don't pay me anything. I don't have the money.
Yeah.
So I made the manager at the time, because I was the manager then, give me the money.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Ray's post like cracked me up. He was like, yeah, so he told the story about Louis C.K. and his tripod, and he goes, but what goes around comes all the way back around. Should have brought your own tripod, pal.
Yeah.
And then the other night, me and Deb are watching Louis' 2017 special, which is still on Netflix, and it's actually a very good special.
I gotta watch it. Yeah,
It's very good. It's
I
very
think he's
good.
funny, but he broke my tripod. So fuck.
Watch it before they take it away.
Yeah, no, he's the best. And if you need to jerk off on people to make great content, I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
you
No,
should.
he's really good.
Unless
He
you're-
really is.
he's
Yeah,
really
he's
good.
like our modern day philosophy guy.
I've never
Yeah.
said he's not a good comic. He's not a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Aristotle had sex with children, so.
Dan Schneider did. Look at the genius he's produced.
We just totally go the other way. Hour 2 of this show is just going to be us.
It's like he's actually not that bad.
Have you really watched Victorious?
So
or
you're
some-
saying if you don't jerk off to the feet, you can't think of plot points for these things for these kids to do. Anyway, but me and Deb were watching the special, and Deb's like yelling at me about Louis C.K. And
is he yelling at you?
she's like, he's a bad person. He broke Ray's tripod. He jacks off on everybody.
I like
He
how
has-
the tripod
she
is
goes-
higher than jerking off on women.
She goes, he broke Ray's tripod. He jerks off on everybody. He has red hair. He's a piece of shit. She's like, no one who's abused that much can be trusted. And it's like, I guess you're right.
Hell
Good
yeah.
point.
Well, he can't be trusted, but he is a good comic.
Y'all
Yeah.
got that Caroline's Mafia.
Yeah.
The Caroline-
Anyway,
Yeah.
so she fucked Daniel
Well,
Tosh.
here's
and,
another little epilogue on the Daniel Tosh thing. So he only headlined Caroline's
I
once.
should have killed myself.
Oh, come on.
I should have jumped in that fucking river.
Come on, Mike. You got so much to live
Yeah,
for
you got
now.
Deb
Like
who's
what?
exposing pedophiles.
Like what? That whore. I'm finding her right now. Like, you're a fucking whore. She even said she was going to buy me a drink, too.
She
Oh,
didn't-
that's the
she
worst.
didn't know she
That's the
could-
worst when
she said she was
when it's the
gonna hang
girl's
out.
idea, and
Yeah.
then she shows you. I'm like, hey, I had no intention of hanging out with you.
I didn't even, I wanted to go home.
She didn't know she could fuck Daniel Tosh that night.
Dude, there was a manager there who got fired, and I'm not going to say his name, but he was like he was very hard on me, and he was hard on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I just remember like this guy was so mean that I just thought about like, I remember laying in bed and like just thinking about storming into his like Christmas dinner and just killing his whole family.
Holy shit.
He was so like, he would just like chew you out. And yeah.
Yeah, like the thing about that that place was sometimes they would treat like they were like a ER or they were like a police station and be like, hey, all we're doing is seating people so they can listen to David Tell talk about jerking off and drinking Jaeger. It's not really that serious.
Right.
And that's why like my mom was in a coma and the doctor's like, we'll get to it eventually. I was so used to like Damon Wayans needs coconut water. Stop everything to get the fucking coconut water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it should be triple that for a
Damon
coma.
Wayans Jr.
Damon Wayans Jr., yeah.
needs coconut water.
Like, it should be triple that for a fucking person in a coma. And when the hospital was just like, whatever about death,
yeah,
I realized how stupid it was working there. Like, if I go in there and a comedian freaks out about like coconut water, I'm going to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was also for my benefit to not go back.
Damon Wayans Jr. had a bit about how like he looks at pigeons. He's like, I want a pigeon to suck my dick because the way they move their heads around.
Yeah. And then they all laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, but tell that story that you told us earlier about there was a guy who came into the show.
Okay.
He was because show business is horrible.
This is how it.
It's not going to make you happy. Your own mother tells you to fuck Dan Schneider. If you want to make it, you have to fuck Dan.
And my mother thinks somebody's going to find me by seating the room.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
she's
Ariana
like, "Go
Grande's
back."
mom did, right?
Yeah.
This is a fucking horrible business where everybody betrays you. Then you look at people like Courtney Love and you're like, oh, she's crazy. But it's like, she said in an interview, she's like, don't be in a hotel room with Harvey Weinstein. Because she probably got assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess the point I want to make is that like this is a terrible business where powerful people get away with stuff, but you know you gotta stick to your principles, right?
Yeah,
you got to do what you can. You got to call out rapists and pedophiles like when you see them.
Yeah, people that abuse their power.
I'm trying to think of someone that I could just throw an accusation at them. Somebody really nice.
Tom Hanks.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, some people think he was a molester, and like there's no evidence
Yeah.
to indicate that.
Yeah.
Like they're so worried about Mr. Rogers who's dead, and there's an actual real molester
Right.
on Nickelodeon set.
Right. Yeah. Like Mr. Rogers might just be a guy who did it the right way.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to believe. He went to Vietnam, sniped 43 people,
Yeah.
and then had a kids show. Anyway, so but yeah, you were telling us a story earlier about there was a powerful guy, an agent that came to.
So there was a headliner there that's a pretty well-known headliner, and he's doing his thing. He's going well, and there's a guy, there's a customer on the side of the stage who suddenly just stands up. The guy's clearly wasted, but he's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the headliner says to him, you know, you really should sit down. You're making me feel nervous. So then the wife stands up. So I go over to the table, and I'm like, hey, just sit down. I kind of wasn't even want to fucking kick these people out. Just sit down. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know what you're upset about, but just sit down. So they're about to go sit down when this fucking other comic, who's also a big name, grabs the wife and the husband and throws them against the wall and goes, get the fuck out of here. You're ruining my friend's show. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Guy was clearly, the comedian was clearly on
like,
coke.
Fake tough guy shit.
Fake tough guy
where
shit.
It's like that problem can be easily, or you can attempt to solve it by.
Well, I
by
was about to solve it by having them sit down. I think they would have sat down and just sat there the rest of the show.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have, because they were just drunk. So now I'm going, okay, I got to get these people out. So I start bringing them through the kitchen. You know, come on, guys, you know what? Just leave. It's not that big of a deal. Don't even worry about the bill. Because now I'm like, this thing got out of control when it's not supposed to. All of a sudden, this agent, who I cannot stress enough is how powerful he is, comes running from, he's the agent of the comedian on stage, and the comedian who just pushes people, comes running from behind. And as hard as he fucking can, he hits the woman.
As hard as he can?
Like, as hard, like, dude, you would have thought it was like a fucking World Star fucking fight.
Really?
Yeah. You ruined my client's show, you fucking bitch. Boom! And I heard her go, oh! So then in my head, I'm like, all right, if this husband comes to life and fucks this dude up, I'm going to let him. Because that's bullshit.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Husband didn't react. He starts crying. The wife starts crying.
The husband started crying?
Yeah, they were both hammered.
Yeah.
They just leave. And
Where were they from? They were like a
they were
white
just some
couple.
couple.
Some white couple?
Just some white couple, yeah. Middle-aged.
Because if I tell you, you punched my motherfucking wife.
Oh, no, if that was a black couple, this would have been a whole different story. It would have been
the guy would have gotten stomped out.
national news.
yeah.
It would have been national news.
It would have been national news,
Yeah.
Everything would have changed in comedy. So and then the guy is like, he hits these people. The other manager.
Now wait a minute. I kind of want to say who the comic was that threw the lady into the wall because it's consistent with.
Say who
what
the
we were
comic
talking
is who
about.
threw the lady into the
All
wall.
right, it was T.J. Miller.
Yes.
So it's like this is the kind of guy that you're dealing with, a guy who will just walk up to a woman and physically throw someone into a wall.
Yeah. When they're not like these people like saying like fuck you comedian on stage or this show stinks. They just stood up.
Yeah.
And I don't know even know if they really knew where they were.
Yeah.
For all I know, they probably maybe they wanted to go to the bathroom. I didn't know what to say, but they stood up and they were looking at the comedian.
And TJ sounds like he might have been drunk too, right? TJ?
Yes, I think he was on something. But anyway.
Okay.
And it sounds like these people are not the best comedy audiences.
Right.
Either, but,
Right.
Yeah.
The two people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not, but they weren't like
I feel
making
like a
noise.
bunch of- yeah.
They
Yeah.
weren't laughing. They weren't screaming. They just stood up. Like,
Yeah.
just sit back down and just don't stand up again. What I mean, like,
Yeah.
anyway. So then the other manager kind of got in the guy's face. Goes like, I could have your job. You know, the really powerful guy.
Yeah.
Is screaming, I could have your job. And he goes, fine, have my job. And then he starts screaming, nobody treats you with respect.
I could have your job. You'll never make $10 an hour to seat people again.
Yeah.
Jesus
You'll
Christ.
never sit out in the cold and tell people they can't go see some more.
Yeah.
But if I have my way. So he's screaming in the supper lounge. Everyone's having dinner. I control all of comedy. I could end this place. I control everyone. And
Which is like, no, you don't. These fucking cocksuckers think that their job is anything other than picking up a phone
Yeah.
and making an appointment.
Being a middleman.
But I got to be nice
Yeah.
to the fucking guy. As I was like, dude, just calm down. He goes, oh, I'm
These
not mad at
fucking
you, Ray. You're a
beta
great guy.
males. He said that to you?
Yeah. And I'm like, but you still can't yell. while
The
people
agent
having
said that
dinner.
to you. Yeah.
So Matt, you think I'm a great guy? He's like, oh, whatever. And then he went to the back.
He just sucker punched a woman in the back
Yeah,
of
you
her
can't-
head.
no,
No,
you
dude,
can't
you're a
do
great
stuff
guy.
like this.
Yeah. He didn't even. Now, see, like.
But
If the mafia had like some kind of wild card guy, he would have put $100 in Ray's pocket. And like,
Yeah.
Keep this quiet.
But the funny
this,
thing
this
is,
shithole industry that we're in.
This is how
people
warped
don't
this
even
guy's
do
head
that.
is. I go to him, you have to stop. You can't do it like that.
Yeah.
And he goes to me, oh, I'm not mad at you. You're okay. Like, I'm worried he's mad at me. No, I'm saying to him, you can't hit women and scream, you
Can't hit
control
a
the
woman in
world.
public, yeah.
Yeah.
While people are having dinner.
Right.
You know, maybe you can do it in the back, but you can't do it here.
So this guy's evil. You said that.
Pure evil.
Yeah.
You want to hear the other story about him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he
And,
was not
and we
supposed
can't. Obviously, we're not going to say who he is on the show, but email us.
Yeah, figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Sitdownpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, sit down, blind items.
We'll happily tell you who it is.
Yeah. So, you know, he was not supposed to get a check, not supposed to get a bill when he shows up. But he would sometimes come in through the back and I wouldn't see him. If I saw him, I would go over to wherever. Do not give this guy a bill.
Also,
Doesn't
it's
get
like, how much money are you making, and you can't pay for your fucking jalapeno poppers?
Hell yeah.
And your Heinekens.
Yeah,
Your
aren't you
Heinekens?
tipping people when you come in and shit too? Like, aren't you supposed to be a
You
high
would think,
roller?
but they don't. You would think these cocksuckers
They don't.
but they don't.
They don't tip anybody.
They
That's
don't. There's no
bullshit.
class.
They just berate you,
Yeah.
scream at you, but they treat the comedian like they're fucking gold. They treat Chris D'Elia. Well, he's not in this story, but
Yeah.
They treat Chris
Yeah.
D'Elia like
Right.
he's golden.
No, he's not in this story.
No, he's definitely not.
Don't
in this
look up who is.
story. There's nothing to do with Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anyway, the guy got in the room without me seeing him, and the waiter drops the bill. And the waiter goes up. They have these little POSs where they ring in the bills. So all of a sudden, the waiter feels like a bop on his head. And there's a crumpled piece of paper on the floor. And he opens it. There's $1 and the bill, and the bill has a note on it. I control most of comedy. I represent most of the comedians at your fucking club. I don't get a fucking bill. Take this $1, shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
Like this really nasty note. And like the waiter goes to me, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. And I'm like, no, don't. Because it's gonna become a thing for me. And it's just not like don't go near him again.
Yeah.
But like to do it like instead of going up to the guy and be like, hey, listen, I'm the guy's manager, agent. I don't get a bill here. Just check with your manager, but here's a tip for you. But don't give me the bill again because I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then like here's even if you give the guy $1, then the waiter would go over to me and be like, does this guy get a bill? No. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, it takes like half a second to be nice, but instead this guy.
And also this waiter is supposed to know who this guy is.
Yeah, that's what he.
Exactly.
Sometimes he'd say you don't know who I am to waiters. It's like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does anybody know who these? Unless the
Yeah.
waiters don't know agents and managers.
Yeah.
They barely know where they are. They're drunk. They're like, "Are we at Applebee's?"
I kind of wish he could have fucked that guy up. And you're like, well, I mean,
I
you're
was
going to lose your
waiting.
job.
I was waiting because I was going to hold everyone back. I was going to be like, "Nobody go near this. Let it
Yeah.
happen." Would have been great though if the agent fucked up the husband, like just beat the shit out of the husband.
Yeah.
Which order did the story happen in? The fight?
The waiter story happened first, but there's other stories with him. But those
Okay.
are the two ones I remember the most because it was like, this is someone you have to be nice to.
Yeah.
Like if Recine or I sell out want to book a stadium, right? which we're not going to do, but
Right.
maybe someday.
Maybe when we're in our late 80s.
Yeah, he might be a guy you have to deal with, you know, and it's like, gee, what? What are you laughing about?
Oh, sorry, something on Facebook.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He like sees like a random person working at the garden. He's like, "Don't you know who I am?
Don't you know who I am? I booked that guy. What?
500
I'm
people
selling
work
the
there.
hot dogs. What the
Yeah, I don't get a hot dog bill. Throws it at their face. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's just, but those are the people that like you have to deal with. You have to be nice to.
Yeah, that's a
And
fucking problem.
I have to say, like, and I'm at the point now in comedy where, like, if there's
But
somebody,
I've never heard a story like that where it's such blatant
disrespect to everybody,
to somebody, to a waiter.
Yeah, to a waiter. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to hide it from you now, Mike. That means you've semi-made it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This guy was next level, and there's other agents that were kind of dicks, but not to that level. There's other agents. I'll say this guy's name because he's always been super nice to everybody. Matt Frost.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Super nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Just a really great guy. He treats everyone with respect.
Hey,
And
Matt
that's-
Frost, we gave you a shout out on our podcast where we talk about child rape. Yeah. Because you know what? You're a stand-up guy. You know what? Stand-up guy of the week, Matt Frost.
Matt Frost. He doesn't rape any kids.
Yeah.
But he made like working with Dane Cook, because he used to be Dane Cook's manager. He made working with him easy. Tracy, when he got Tracy Morgan.
He's Joe's agent.
Who's Joe's who?
Colin Jost.
Oh, Colin Jost.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you
Frost
said
is
Joe.
his agent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He made everyone that when you work with him makes everyone easier, and he's a totally nice guy. And I don't think he puts a lot of effort into being nice.
Yeah.
But everything, like, you have to put so much effort into being a douchebag.
Right.
You know how much like hatred you have to have just this. I'm going to run up and punch this woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the Matt Frost runs up to this woman and gives her a hug from behind. Listen, lady.
Thank you so much. Yeah. But, like, you have to put so much energy into running through a hallway, down a kitchen to punch a woman in the back of the head.
Wacky.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so that's where we work.
Comedy,
baby. Ray, where can we see you?
I'm gonna be at the Creek in the Cave tomorrow.
This comes out Friday.
Oh, it comes out Friday. Oh shit. Fuck.
Friday or whatever.
Tomorrow. It's Friday. This Friday.
Okay.
You know what? You can see me. I'm gonna have my album coming out very soon. It's called Go Down Swinging. You can get it on iTunes. Follow me on Instagram, Ray Gootz. Friend me on Facebook, Ray Gootz, and Twitter. I don't do shit on there, but you can follow me there, Ray Gootz as well. And then, but I am gonna put out when the album comes out on all three things. So it's gonna be really good. Go Down Swinging. It's called.
Hell
Sweet. And my website, MikeRacine.com. Shoot us an email. We always like to read those. sitdownpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, sitdownpod. Follow me on Twitter @Mike Recine. But, guys, the most important thing you can do for us, we're trying to spread the word about the show. So tell your friends if you like it, and hopefully,
Tag Dan Schneider on Twitter with the link to this.
Yes, tweet at Dan Schneider relentlessly. Sit on his front lawn, find out where he lives, harass him, shine flashlights into his house. Yeah, throw chicken parts at his windows.
Can I make one
put dead
quick
livestock on his? Put a goat head on his doorstep. Find your Caribbean friends to help you out with that.
With that voodoo bullshit.
Yeah. Put a curse on him. Make a big fat voodoo doll and stick pins in it every day. He's an evil man who deserves to die. Allegedly.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, and then also, we have our Patreon. Sit down. Patreon.com/sitdownpod. If you we want to thank you guys for supporting that. It means a lot. And then also, if you want to make a little one-time donation, this isn't some podcast where we just get together and stick our thumbs up our ass and talk about whatever. A lot of work goes into this. A lot of journalistic research.
That's right.
So if you want to shoot us a little one-time donation, my Venmo is Michael-Racine-2. We'll see you on there. We'll see you on social media. And keep on fighting these pedophiles, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.